G'day guys, Matt here. As you may be able to tell, we are currently gassing at the moment, so that's just a different way of applying nitrogen to the soil. Instead of like urea or other methods. Some prefer one way, some prefer the other way, but this is what we've done for quite a few years now. It is a toxic gas, so you've got to treat it with a bit of respect. The equipment gets inspected regularly, just to check for any faults that might be developing or failures that may happen. There's quite a few regulations and restrictions with this. A good indicator actually of when you might be getting a bit too much is when your eyes start to water, and so if it looks like you're crying, it's a good indicator that you should probably go upwind a little bit, or just get away for a bit. A little bit doesn't hurt you, but it's that large amounts that can affect your lungs and make a bit of a mess of you. So I'll probably be loading up the tank there in the next half hour maybe, and then we back into it, do another load.
Hi folks, Peter back again. Well, we finished the Grouser holes on the tiny one, and now we're just starting to work on the tracks that were donated to the cause. They're pretty worn, but they'll do another turn. So I've just penetrated on 5 of them, so we're just going to hopefully get into that very shortly. And while we're at it, we've got the gas rigs just come in for a refill, so we'll go and see if we can find out what's going on here. I think we got Matt here, so we might be able to interview him. Morning, Matt.
Morning.
How we going?
Oh yeah.
Now, where do you fit into the show?
Just a runabout.
So what's happening here, mate? What are we doing?
Filling up the applicator tank and going to head back out.
Righto, looks like this nurse tank's nearly empty.
Yeah, we're nearly full, so
yep.
Just about to shut her all down and get back into it.
And it's going good?
Yeah.
Not much leaky?
A little bit damp, the soil, but...
So when you're driving, are you find that you're tearing up? Are you crying when you're driving?
Yeah, but not from this.
Oh, right.
It's just...
it's just who you're related to, eh?
Yeah, just my emotions.
All right. Just rolled up the racks that we've cut the holes in, and there's the evidence there. There's 40 of them, so they're all tucked away. Oh well, they're all out anyway, they're not rolled up in the train. This is the train. I've just unrolled the other one, and we've got to flip him over so that we can work on him, and the other one that we finished is rolled up and over there.
guys, we are back up at the main farm here, and just got to be quiet here because I don't want to scare him away, but we do have something to show here. So here we have Dad in his natural habitat, fiddling around with something to do with the D11. So at the minute he is rolling up that old set of tracks. I'm not sure if he's already cut the holes in there. Oh yeah, it looks like he's already cut the holes in those ones. So trying to roll them up nice and tightly. Actually looks like a piece of artwork there, just balancing there. Well, we are back at the development block. I've just got to continue with the spraying here. We've got ripping going on here, and we've got a few piles of rubbish to clean up too, so there's quite a bit going on here actually. And at the other properties we've got gassing going on, we've got cultivating going on, so all of us are pretty well flat out. But what I will do now is, I didn't actually explain very well in the last video, which was about these holes in the tracks. The video before that we said what they were for, but there's been quite a few questions asking why we're doing this. So I'll quickly go through with it. So what we got here is, usually these grousers come just with nothing, and so from the factory they'll either cut holes in them, or yeah, you can get them without holes, whatever. So when you're working in a mine or whatever, you've got no real need for these holes because you're not working in soft dirt. Because what actually happens is, under here, dirt comes up over here and can work its way in between the chains. And what that does is, when there's no holes in here, it comes all the way up here, and then you get dirt packed up here. Most of it rattles down here, but you will over time get a bit of dirt just stuck on there, and it goes all the way up, and then these sprockets here jam it in really hard against it. So over time it means that they're just getting packed harder and harder and harder, and before you know it, it's yeah, wanting to stretch the chains and bring that over, and yeah, you just run the risk of popping a track off a bit easier when it's yeah, in muddy conditions. So that's the story of it. So what actually happens is, you'll get when you can see these holes working, sorry for the wind noise, but you can see the holes working. Yeah, when you're running along, you'll see little sausages pop out the top there, so you can tell that it's just releasing that pressure from building up. So that's what's going on. That's why we've done it. I think it'll be a lot better long term, and yeah, it didn't take long at all really once you got the right tools, so it's worked really well. Well, back on the old grasshopper. Let's hope it fires up. Turn the GPS on. Just redoing a bit of the spraying we did a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, just there's a couple of things. Oh, it's rained a few times since then obviously, but yeah, there's a couple of things that are just coming up through, so we're going to finish that off again. But the other thing we've got gassing going on. Brad is currently on that. Also, we've got some ripping going on here at the development block. So there is a bit of a red sort of tight soil on this area here, and it just gets really tough. And we found where we did a bit of ripping with the D11 actually on a section, and yeah, it yielded quite a bit better. So it just means the moisture can get down into the soil, and yeah, just freeze it all up. So yeah, that's what we're doing there. So that ripper, we're actually just hiring that That's not ours. It does a good job of this. So it's a bit slow going and tedious, but yeah, it made a real benefit when we ripped some of the other land last year. It was probably maybe 1.5 tonne to the hectare better. So yeah, it's certainly worth it. Well, we got all the spraying done, but I'll just show you here. You can see this is where the ripper's gone through. You can see quite some, they're good football size clods coming up. So what the plan is we'll probably come back with the Kelly chains and yeah, just level this all out, smooth it out, and it'll break some of those clods up. But yeah, over time with the rain too, that'll melt the clods down a bit, hopefully. We're finding all the buried tree stumps and logs and all sorts as well. So that's, as you can see there's one. And yeah, so that's also really good to get out of the paddock, because we don't want to be hitting them with anything. It's going well. I probably won't be back here for a little bit. I am actually going to be heading off to spray on the rogator now. So yeah, hop out of the house and straight into the rogator. So yeah, on the main blocks we've got a bit of spraying that we need to catch up on as well. But you might be able to see, doesn't have very good zoom, but might be able to see the dump truck and the excavator way up there, and the loader is up there too actually. So yeah, we've had quite a few big piles of rock and just yeah, bits of rubbish throughout different places, and yeah, so we're just going through and cleaning them up. It's working well with the loader and the excavator. Yeah, just loading the dump truck and yeah, getting that stuff out of the paddock. So that'll make it a lot easier. We won't have as many rock piles and things to go around. So, a bit of a change of plans. We are at the lease block and we're gassing. So, just had to take over from Brad for a couple of hours while he did a couple other jobs. And yeah, it's going pretty well. So yeah, gonna probably be on the rogator tomorrow now. So the way we used to apply the nitrogen was, instead of the discs there, which the discs go in and open up the soil, and then the liquid goes into that. So that's how it yeah, that's how it gets into the soil. What used to be was just knives. Now they were just knives shaped like that, and they went back, curved back like that with a tube on them. And yeah, so they just slide through the ground, don't disturb it too much, and you know, it does the same thing. But if you hit a rock or did something, they'd wear out fairly quickly, and you know, you'd snap them off, and you know, so you're quite often getting out to replace them or fix them. This way it's virtually don't have to do a lot. We give it a good service and check over before we start gassing for the season, and basically, apart from maybe adjusting a few scrapers and things on the discs, it's yeah, pretty well maintenance free. Well guys, we are back on the rogator. So we've probably got about maybe 5-6 days of spraying to do. This spray is going to be flat out for a bit. We've still got the gassing going on. We've got 2 lots of cultivating happening, and we've got tidying up of some rock piles at the development block. So yeah, everyone's really busy. So unfortunately, I'm not doing anything exciting. I'm just spraying, and that'll be happening for a while. So we'll see what happens. But that'll probably be the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.